my army, where my army, where my army at?
What's going on, y'all? It's your boy Hanley from On The Line With. I'm here with Eazy Finesse. It's the New Year's interview, special release, exclusive content for the YouTube. So, what's up, Eazy Finesse? How you doing?
I'm chilling, man. I'm chilling. How are you?
I'm good. So, I know you've been working a lot in the city over the last several months. I see you dropped a lot of releases.
Yeah.
How long you been at it for now?
I want to say I've been doing music independently for like exactly a year, actually, from this month. Like I dropped my first solo like kind of reset track December, like end of December around this time. And then yeah, so it's been a year exactly, but I was doing a little bit of music before that too in a group.
Yeah, what was the group called?
It was called Drew Crew. You know, that shit's in the past. We did music together for about like I think a year as well. And then, you know, girl groups don't really usually last, so that kind of came
just kind of crumbled down.
Yeah, you know.
Okay, and like, were you guys all hip hop artists in that group, or was it like a mix of like R&B, hip hop?
Yeah,
like...
so it was actually a mix. There was 2 rappers and then basically kind of 2 singers in the group. So that's kind of how we divided it. We would do like a mix, like we would obviously do different types of shit and then like get out of our bag and shit like that too. So like the singers could do some rap and the rappers can do some singing here and there. So it's kind of a mix, to be honest.
Okay. And, like, from that, you just figured you just branch off and do a solo thing?
Like, yeah, like, to be honest, like, a solo thing was always on my mind, even from time, because I used to always have people, like, tell me, like, you know, like, you should do this shit, like solo, no cap. And I'm like, yeah, like, you know, like, I would work on some solo shit as well as being in the group as well. But then it's like, you know, when you start to notice people are always on a different page, like, than your goals, like, you know what I mean? Your goals are your goals, and others will always have other things in mind. So it's like I started to notice that, you know, I was the one that kind of really wanted to start going to the studio more often and taking this shit more serious. So like, yeah, so I started just working on my solo shit, and when the group kind of just went their separate ways, that's when I'm like, okay, starting beginning of next year, end of this year, like, I'm gonna start going hard. And that was 2020. So yeah, this is where I'm at now.
And how many singles did you release this year? Like, I know I heard Swervin, Hood on My Back, and like I know you have stuff before that. I just don't have the names all like memorized on me. But like, I'll let you tell the listeners and the people like what you released and like which one do you think had the most reaction to? Because that Swervin track is hot.
Yeah, and no cap, I was about to say, I think that's the one track that gained the most traction, which I actually didn't think would be the track that gained that much like attention, but I feel like it's the way that I went about shooting the song and like taking the time to like sit down with the videographer and shit like that, and even with promos and shit like that. Like I never went so hard for promos with the track before, so that kind of blew up in itself. But there was Swervin, and then there was Take It to the Streets. I did a track with some girl from Brooklyn. We were supposed to do a video together, that kind of flopped. And then after Take It to the Streets was Better Than, back in September.
That's right, it's the other one that I forgot to mention.
Yeah, I ended up performing that one at Cranium. And then there was Hood on My Back.
Okay.
Oh, and there was Reeler back in August with my shorty, Baby Ruth. Oh my goodness. Yeah, that track is my favorite, one of my favorites, to be honest.
Yeah, Babe Ruth is also a very dope female artist in the city. And I hate saying female artist because
artist
period. Yeah,
and
I just say that so people know like who I'm referring to if they don't know who we're referring to.
Babe Ruth
but like, like the female hip hop scene though in Ottawa, if someone was going to categorize it as that, is definitely going very hard.
Period.
And like, so like, would you consider yourself like unified with like all the other female artists, or like?
With most of them, yeah. Like with the key players in the music industry in our city, like Leah Cloud, Babe Ruth, even Bada. Like Bada's been doing this music shit for a while. If anybody knows, like, you know, about Bada. And like, yeah, I really feel like the key players of this female and music industry shit, like, I'm on locks with them. Anybody outside of that, like, they can get with the program, or it is what it is type shit.
Okay. And like, back to the tracks that we were talking about, like the singles. Did you do a video for each one of those?
I did.
Because I know you had a billboard. We'll get to that in a minute.
Yeah.
But
I did do a video to all of them. Me and Ruth's track was supposed to get a video, but like we were really super busy at the time, so that one, I think, out of all the tracks this year is the one that I didn't shoot a video to. But every other song I did drop a video.
Okay.
I didn't take that in.
Okay. And you're from the South, right?
Yes, sir.
What part of the South?
You already know it's UPL, bro. Uplands. Come on, bro.
Yeah. Okay. And like you're born and raised there, or?
Yeah, like literally 15 years. I used to live like smack in the center of Uplands. Now I'm like just outside. Like I'm still in the area type shit. That's why it's still UPL gang. But yeah, I literally been living there my entire life. I was born in H Block, but that's like born as in like I was there for 5 months and then my ass moved. So yeah, it's been UPL.
Okay, word. And like there's a lot of like different sets throughout the city and stuff like that. Like East End has like a group, I'm sure. The South End has, I think South is OTF, isn't it?
Yeah.
Anyways, I'll figure that out. But I forget who it is, but like are you rolling just solo, or do you have like an affiliation group, or are you like?
No, me, I'm rolling solo.
It's just Eazy Finesse.
Yeah, it's just me from Uplands. Like that's the only neighborhood I've ever known, like in the city, like to the core. Like I used to do shit in the community, like especially in my neighborhood specifically. I used to live in community housing. It's called Cody Co-op. And basically, they used to have, like, shit to bring us all together. Like, every time, like, the seasons would change, for example. And, there's times that where, like, if you clean up the neighborhood, they'll bring you treats and shit like that, like donuts and shit. So it's, like, I used to participate in my neighborhood a lot like that. And, like, because they gave so much when I was a kid, like, that's why I love my neighborhood so much. Because, like, I don't know, bro. Wallahi, it showed me so much love. So it's, like, I have to show that love back.
Yeah, you can't forget where you came from.
Facts.
And, like, that's the thing, like, that's, like, with me, like, with the city, like, with the interviews and shit like that, I do it, like, to give back now, because, like, I was in the scene long enough, like, I know how the game and the city works, and, like, I mean, if I'm bored, I'll drop a 1-2 verse here, but, like, just doing these podcasts and things like that, getting, like, to new, like, this new generation of, like, hip-hop artists in the city, because, like, back in the day, it was, like, when I was doing it, it was like Circa that you met earlier. Shout out to Circa for letting us use his spot.
Shit, yes, big shout out,
Dynamic and them, like,
yes,
like,
bro.
That like era was like early 2000s and shit. So like I'm trying to connect with like this
younger version is kind of coming up.
Younger version, and like people who have been at it still for like a while, but now they're just finally getting like that recognition. Yeah,
period.
Exactly. So like, I guess like with the younger generation, I guess you could say that. That's fair to say, I guess. But do you find it's like Ottawa's been supportive of you like as a whole?
Like to be honest, like as of now, like after the year that I've had, like I feel like with the consistency that I've been trying to go at it with, like it's definitely got me a lot more recognition. And like way before, I guess I could be understanding, like I wasn't getting too much recognition as a female artist, like I'd say a year ago from now, because that's when I literally like I guess decided to take my own route and do the shit solo. So it's like it takes a lot to grow. So I guess the growth of like the support of the city that's come with it, like it's come at like a kind of steady flow for me.
Yeah.
Which I'm still expecting, like, you know, like obviously there's still gonna be growth. Like I don't feel like I have the whole city's support right now because I'm not at that point yet. But like, no, I can see it growing into that, inshallah.
But you've been getting like a lot of attention, like with the Cranium Festival and stuff like that, because you went on the full tour, right? With them, like the We Outside tour. Didn't you do
I didn't get to go on the full tour, but I did do the Ottawa date and I did do the Kingston date. Both of those days were lit on my days.
I was at the Ottawa show when see like Stitch and them, so like I caught your performance there. It was a dope performance.
Gang.
Actually, I think I probably have some photos on my phone. I won't lie.
No way.
Yeah,
no. Shit.
Yeah, like I was in front of the stage. I was like,
but real one.
Yeah, no. Who else was there? I think it was Joji Boy. Is it Georgie Boy or Joji Boy? I forget his name.
I forget, but I know Babe Ruth performed too.
Yeah, she was there. She was dope too. I caught up with her after her set too.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, but like I see you on like you opened for Smiley, right? How was that?
That was the most recent. Yo, that shit was lit, bro. Oh my days, that shit was crazy. First of all, cause Smiley did his thing, no cap. But then what's crazy is I was in there with my girl Ajeen, and I was getting hot. You know, I was like, yo, bro, I need water and I need fresh air. As soon as we're going up the stairs, we hear Doovie's music playing. That one track, because Smiley has this one track with Doovie. I think it's called Topic. We hear it playing. My girl's like, yo, why is that song playing? I'm like, I don't know, but he's probably performing for his album. We step outside. We hear Doovie pop up. So I said, no way. Went back inside. I said, nah, that's crazy. The whole place was jumping. It was sick.
Yeah, and that was at the Brass Monkey, right?
That was, yeah, Brass Monkey.
So, did you end up linking afterwards, like at the after party with Smiley or anything like that? Like, did you connect with him at, on a one-on-one level or at all? Or
I didn't connect with Smiley. I reached out to Doovie trying to get him to come to the studio because we had a studio. Like, I knew to book a studio session the night after, like, just in case. But by the time I hit him up, he said he was already out of the city, so I was just like, oh, fuck it.
Word. So, with that being said, what do you have planned for, 2022? Do you have a lot of shows planned, or do you have more of an album or a project that you're thinking about?
So I've been asked about a project a lot, to be honest, and I think it's something that I'm actually going to try and take into consideration and do at least a little maybe 5-track kind of project. I haven't started building on that yet, but as soon as the new year starts, there's 2 videos specifically that I have in mind that I'm going to be dropping. One of them is actually with my girl Ajeen that I mentioned earlier, and it's a track called I Know. And we're trying to shoot that in New York. We have this whole idea. We hollered at this guy named JMO Productions. He's on Instagram. You guys can see his Instagram page there, but he's Stunna Gambino's shooter.
Okay.
Yeah, so basically we hollered at him. He fucked up the track, and we already have a date set at the end of January to shoot the video, so that should be dropping early February.
Okay, dope. Okay. And any right now, if you had to name an artist you want to work with specifically, who would it be? In this current,
it doesn't have to be anybody, famous people too, or in the city?
Well, we'll do one from each. You choose someone famous and anybody specifically from the city you haven't actually had the chance to reach out to.
Yeah. Okay. So.
Ottawa, if you listen now.
Yeah. Fuck. But famous, I would say either Moneybagg or Lil Baby. Those, I don't know why I fuck with their type of beats so heavy when it comes to find. Anytime I have to go on YouTube to find beats, because sometimes producers will send me beats and sometimes you gotta resort to YouTube. Fuck. But yeah, anytime I'm looking for beats, Moneybagg or Lil Baby. So either of those 2 artists. In the city, there's a lot. There's Leah Clout as a female artist that I would love to work with. We're already trying to chop that up and get something started. But I'd also want to work with a male artist, because to be honest, the more that I think about it, I really don't work with male artists like that in the city. But I would want to reach out to somebody if anybody's down to do a track type shit and get some poppin'.
I know at the Ottawa show you were opening up with Bobby Brugal was opening up too for Stitch at the We Outside tour.
Yeah.
What about Bobby? Would you ever?
Bobby's sick, bro. I would do it anytime. Are you crazy? This guy's the realest guy I've ever met, bro. Holy.
Bobby's an ill dude.
Nah, for real. This guy's so supportive, and it's yo, we need more people like that in the city type shit.
That's what I've been trying to say.
Facts. Facts. You heard it here first, folks.
I've been trying to say that, man. It's too disconnected still.
No, for real.
And that's coming from someone who's been out of it for a decade. And I'm looking at it and I'm like, God damn, no one is still disconnected.
I'm dead.
I still respect everybody's craft, but there's a point you gotta leave the ego at the door and just work with people.
Nah, for real though.
Cause you don't know if that track's the one or not.
There could be 2 fire artists and it's you're letting some petty shit get in between it, and it's
and
for
the chemistry could be top notch and you don't even know.
Yo.
Definitely. So, yeah, Lil Baby would be a dope famous artist to work with. He's dope with it, definitely.
Nah, he's sick.
I'm trying to think. So yeah, south of Ottawa. Yeah, you had the billboard. What was the billboard promoting? Was that promoting the Swervin track, or was that?
It was literally just it was the picture that I got from the Swervin music video, but the billboard itself was actually for Cranium Festival. It was literally just promoting the show, saying who's headlining and shit like that, and specific, I guess, artists had their specific billboards. So I seen mine, and it was literally I want to say a kilometer outside of my front door, literally.
Yeah, that's dope.
So I seen that, and it was me and my dad. I remember that day we were driving down the street. We were driving down Hunt Club. He's like, what's that? I just saw you on a billboard. I said, yo. I said, this guy sounds mad. I'm stressed. So what are you talking about? He's like, turn around. U-turn. So we go back, and I park up the car, and I'm like trying to go see it. And I seen it. I was like, oh, shit. Because they were telling me that they were going to get this billboard set up, but I didn't know where it would be. And then I seen it. I said, yo, gang.
Yeah, that's dope. Yeah, I saw the billboard.
Gang shit.
Yeah, that was dope. And, is it still up, or is it gone now?
No, yeah, now it's gone. Like, it was promoted for, like, I want to say 2 weeks leading up until Cranium. So, like, it was there for that 2 weeks, and then after Cranium, they took it down.
Oh, okay. Mm-hmm. It's still dope to be seen on a billboard, though.
Oh, it was sick.
Yeah, it definitely hypes you up, especially before a show or something, for sure.
You know?
Yeah.
Holy.
So, like, what are your goals, like, for 2022? Because this is the first interview. It's the first thing you basically released in 2022.
Yep. Holy. Okay, so basically, what I'm working on as soon as, like, the new year comes is, like, yo, dropping more, I guess, thought out, like, in terms of, like, music videos. They're going to be way more constructed instead of this, you know, kind of... Not really, like, just standing around and shit like that. I want there to be more of a plot to my music videos because, like, I have all these ideas written down for next year. Like, I want to shoot a video to Street Lullaby. That's a preview I actually just dropped on Instagram.
I saw it earlier.
Yeah, on Christmas. And that's a video. I've even been holding that track since last year, December. So, like, the video for that hopefully is going to be dropped in January. This next video with Ajin hopefully is going to drop in February. And then... kind of like you mentioned earlier, like I'm really gonna try and construct a project so I can plan on dropping that within the year. And what else? Yeah, there's also this acting gig that I low-key been trying to get into, so that might happen the next year too.
Oh yeah?
Yeah.
Is it for that show that everybody's working on in the city right now?
What's the show called?
The Game Don't Stop, I think.
I think so. Yeah.
Ain't nothing getting past me, man.
I'm dead. So I'm trying to, you know, show face on that for a quick one scene, just to try to get into that kind of lane.
Because I know
as well.
Magic Mike's doing some shit behind that.
Jeez.
Who else is behind doing that? I know Spit and Image from Ottawa is part of it.
There's some
El
Halifax
Dollar.
people.
El Dollar from Ottawa, originally from Ottawa, but lives in Toronto.
Yeah.
It's mad people. It's a lot of artists, a lot of actresses, artists. They're all artists, but like, yeah, it's definitely something. If you could get in your reach, then why not grab for it? You know, like it's another thing on the resume.
Facts.
It's another thing on the press kit. So like you say, like you have like ideas, like you want your music videos to have like more of a plot to them, like what kind of like substance in the plot do you want to like add into it? Like,
kind of.
You mean like storylines, or you mean like?
Kind of like in a sense where it's like a storyline / short film, like, you know, like Shiro's story.
Mhm.
Yeah, so kind of something similar, not exactly like that, obviously, but like something where it's like, you know, there's main focus scenes of me like just like, you know, talking, kind of singing to the mic, and not mic, to the camera, and then other scenes of like, let's say one person, I don't know how to explain it, like each, they're like for Street Lullaby, for example, I had this idea where there's 4 niggas, each of them play a different role, like one's a hooper, one's a, you know, roadman, one's a fucking artist, and one's, I forget the other one, but they all basically in a sense have their lives connected to each other, they just don't really know it. Like roadman's, you know, on the block, they're the hustling, trying to, you know, get his money up, and he whops the schoolboy, and then the schoolboy's friends with the baller, trying to get him to come, you know, ball up and shit like that, you know, make him fall off his grind. And then that hooper is friends with the artist in a sense where it's like, you know, they kind of all connect. I don't feel it the exact way, but like
no,
in that
I
kind
see
of
what
sense.
you mean, though. I see what you mean. They're all intertwined in each other's like life circle. By
exactly.
It's like the 6 degrees of separation.
There you go.
Yeah, no, I feel you. See, that's how like a lot of artists should be thinking. Like if you're an artist, you should have like, it shouldn't just be focused like strictly on just like the music that you make. Like if you're making, like, you should be like the boss behind your music videos. Like stop letting other people make your music videos.
Yo, that's one thing that I've learned.
They're just there to hold the camera,
like,
you know, and edit.
Edit
like,
it. Yeah.
You could direct it. There's no reason why they have to direct it. You know, like you could have the director credits. Like
you know,
like people like tend to let that little small shit like just like get brushed under the rug, but not
literally. But
like
it's
that's
like,
a credit that you could have. That like if that video is dope, it doesn't have your name now. It has someone else's name. You're just the artist.
For real.
They might like just the video and not the song.
And it's like, yo, like when you write your music, you would think you have a vision to it while you're writing it.
Exactly.
You know, kind of scenes and shit like that. Like you can just put that into words, just jot down notes of what scenes, and then you know you just gotta Google your scenes. You know, be like, okay, where would this work out best? And you just have to do your research. Like, yo, being an artist is more about just hitting the studio and dropping tracks. That's something that I learned this year, because that's how I used to act last year.
Okay.
And I'm like, yeah, just dropping tracks is not gonna do shit. Like, you have to do way more work than that.
Yeah, it's all about like networking. It's all about getting your hand on like any credit you can, like any
Literally.
like title that you could like put on your press kit. Like it's a bunch of stuff, you know. It's not just don't get it twisted. You can meet like a videographer and you could have like a very great chemistry, and like his ideas and your ideas just bounce off each other, and it's just organic, you know. But then you could have one that's just like
You
he
have
hears
your
a song
idea,
like, and the song's like, it's called like Street Lullaby. Just for example, he hears something that's like vague as that, and he's just gonna assume like there's no story behind it. It's just gonna be like shot somewhere like
just
in
some
one
basic
of like
hood story, you
yeah,
know, like
in like one of the co-ops in
Like-
Ottawa. You know what I mean? Like
dead.
and like that's what I mean, man. Like people are so quick to like stereotype it because like with a title or something, like, or like one person's music, like they say something in one song and then like people think that they have to talk about that same shit in every other song for like the rest of their career, and I'm like, nah, man,
deadass.
like
You have to switch it up.
like
Holy
people
fuck.
grow out of it, you know what
People
I mean?
will get
Like
tired.
like look at like the hood dudes like in the music industry now, like they still rap about it, but they know they're not in it no more. They're out of it, you know?
Facts.
Like the money's got them comfortably living where they don't need to. Like, you know what I mean? Like except for like Lil Durk, he's still a little wild.
You know, that was the one guy running through my brain. I'm like, yeah, I don't know about that guy,
Man's
but
just
like
still a
maybe
little
everybody
wild.
else. I'm
Yeah,
actually dead.
Dirk's a little wild.
Fuck.
But yeah, like that's it. And like speaking of Lil Baby from earlier, he said it best. Like manifesting everything like you want to accomplish. Like he said he woke up, he wanted to be a millionaire one day, and like the man's loaded. Like
For real.
you know, like he got co-signed by like Wayne, like off the bat. Like so.
Like, oh my days.
So like who like. Well, like hip hop artists are like inspirations like for your music, cause you have like kind of a street sound yourself, right? Like you kind of like take it back to like the streets and keep it raw. Like
I'm trying to think. Like, yo, honestly, like I don't listen to music as much as I used to. I can't even cap. Like I find myself, which is super super conceited to say, but I find myself
Listening to
my own
yourself?
tracks. Yeah, fuck.
I hear you.
Yo, and it's like I just listen over and over just to find like, you know, little mistakes or see how I've improved and shit like that. Like once in a while, like people, like I said, Moneybag. I used to really fuck with like Big Scar, cause my nigga used to fucking like my dog. He used to always play these tracks by Big Scar, Pooh Shiesty, Big 30, all these people. So it's like those guys really stuck with me. I'm trying to think. There's this one guy. His name is Jakai. Yo, if anybody like finds the time to search this up, it's Jehkai. This guy on SoundCloud. At some point, I was replaying the same 3 songs on his SoundCloud over and over because he's fire. That's one person I would put up there.
I'm gonna check him out because
Yeah.
I'll reach out to him, try and get an interview with him.
Wallahi, you should try. I don't even know where he's from, but he's fire. Like it's
Doesn't
crazy.
matter where they're from.
Period.
I'll still get it done.
That's a bar. Crazy.
Oh, word.
Yeah.
I'm faded. I just caught it after you said it.
I'm dead.
But yeah, so if you do that project, say it's an EP, like the 5 or 6 track idea, like are you gonna focus solely on like more solo tracks, or are you gonna try and have like a mix of like yourself and collabs?
I would want to do it, like, at least if I'm doing like a 6-track kind of project, at least 2 of them like I would like to be collabs, if not like at least 1. But like I said, like I would want to take the time to see, like, you know, what sick niggas like I'd actually want to do tracks with and shit like that, because there's a lot. I'm probably just like faded right now too, to be honest. And
Go
I can't
through my
think,
Instagram interviews and you'll find mad artists from all over, like
Fox, huh? But yeah, yo, and there's
especially
like,
Atlanta. Shout out to my guys in Atlanta.
jeez, ATL, fucking missed that place. Oh my days. But yeah, yo, honestly, Yeah, for the project, like, I'd at least want, like, a nigga and a shorty, like, on the project, hopefully.
Yeah, you definitely need to get, like, I think you could find, like, the right collabs in the city.
Yeah.
If you, like...
If I do the digging, facts.
Exactly, yeah. And, like, you never know. It might not be, like, one of the ones that are, like, the most buzzing right now. Because, like, there's a lot of, like, talent out there. But, like...
There is. You really
everybody
just have to go
focuses
looking for
on,
it.
like, whoever's the hottest in the city right now and stuff like that. But,
yeah, like that cloud shit.
I mean, that's what everybody tries to live off now. You know what I mean?
know?
And, like... I mean, I'd be trying to live off the shit too if all I did was talk shit on the internet, but I don't.
Facts. Oh my days.
You know, like I'm not a keyboard warrior like a lot of these.
This guy said warrior. Holy. I'm actually crying.
But yeah, no, I think because I saw you on a lot of like flyers, like performing like opening acts like along like with Babe Ruth, like you've been in a few shows with her, right?
Yeah, I think like 2 or 3.
Yeah, I think if you guys did like a 3-track like project or something, if you like planned it out right,
that would be
that could be
sick.
like a good drop.
Yeah,
like,
oh my days, that'd be fire, bro. Holy.
and
I might have to.
if I was thinking of someone to reach out to for like a project like that, who I know likes doing projects like that, like short projects, quick projects where they could all have videos for, I'd say Quest.
Yeah, bro, even Ruth tells me about Quest all the time, so I'm like, yo, I need to give this guy a shout. I feel like we've chopped it up before, and I might have forgot to hit him up, or he might have forgot to hit me up and set some shit up.
Yeah, Quest
but most definitely.
Quest is good for like when it comes to like those projects where you want like the whole bundle of like you want the beat, you want to record, and you want to get the videos.
Yeah.
Plus he does it all, and he'll do photography too. I forgot he does.
That's lit.
Like,
oh
and I've known
days.
another one that I've known like from way back still. So, like, I know Quest. I'll vouch for Quest. Like I vouch for Circa. Like,
Facts.
they're both beasts at what they do, and like, yeah, I think you and Babe Ruth would make a dope like collaborative
kind of project.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because like you see a lot of that these days. Like, mad people are doing collaborative projects and shit. You know what I mean? Like.
And yo, it's always like it's always sick to do when you're working with like other talented artists that like you're actually that's your dogs type shit. Like it makes music so much more fun. Like I swear to God.
That was the funnest part about making music for me, was doing it with people that I
You
like,
fuck with
you know?
type shit, you know? Yeah, literally.
And like we be in that like house studio I had like all day, like 25/8. Yeah, 25/8. It was constant, but like where in the city do you do your music? Where do you record at?
Yo, to be honest, for the longest time I've been going to this one studio. It's in GB. Like that's like certified. Like bro, like where I first started recording. Up until now, I still go there. And my boy, who's actually in the bin right now, he's the one who put me onto him. His name's Vic. I don't really think he has like a name to his studio. But he literally just like has this little room, computer, mic, like proper gear, proper setup, everything. It's just in the basement of like his mom's crib, and it's literally that's the main place where I go to record. But now like I'm starting to go to the cave like here and there a lot more often.
And you working with LJ or who or someone else?
Sergio.
Sergio, okay. Okay, shout out to Cave.
Facts.
Also, just quickly, I want to shout out Carde Blanche. I know he just retired from mixing and shit.
No way.
Yeah, my dude. I've
no
known
cap.
him.
That's actually the first person I ever recorded a track with in my life.
He was in my team when I was making music with me,
No way.
him, Split City, and a few other people. Adam, yeah.
Yeah, gang.
Yeah.
Yo, throw
Adam
back.
Smith from Barhaven.
Jesus.
Yeah, but no, we go way back, even before music. Like.
Damn.
I can't even count like on 2 hands. It's wild. Yeah.
Oh my days.
So like, fuck, I feel old as hell.
I'm dead. Nah, don't, bro, don't.
No, I'm still with the shit, so don't matter.
Come on.
But yeah. So, what you said Swervin you think got like the most reaction, or like you benefited most from that song? Like, you think?
I would say that's when like my standing kind of took like a step up.
Yeah.
And then from there like the more interactions that I get with my posts, like it just went up from there, especially because like I don't know what it was with that track. Well, maybe because everybody fucked with it, obviously. But, like, I don't know. Like, it was just shocking to me that of all the tracks that I made was going to be the one to, like, kind of, like, you know, pop off. Because I think I wrote the track, like, I just wrote the track for fun. And then I found the beat. But I'm like, okay, this beat needs to be tweaked a little bit. Like, maybe a little bit higher. So I fucked around with it. And then I actually recorded it. I'm like, yo. I'm like, this could be a proper video. So we set it up real quick in Toronto. And then we literally just dropped it, I think, like 2 weeks after we shot it and shit. Like, everything was just like this. I was like, yo.
No, it's definitely a catchy-ass tune. It's a vibe for sure. Like,
Gang, appreciate it, bro.
yeah. No, like, I posted it, and, because I do, my podcast, aside from these things, like, I don't know if you check deep into what I do, but, like, I do a podcast about the arts, but I mix in mental health and illness.
Oh, no way.
So, like, topics that aren't spoken on like they should be, but I mix them in with like the hip hop and like, so like you hear artists talk about like the shit they dealt with, like the demons they face and shit like that. So like, anyways, what my point getting to is I was on, when I made that story about having the interview happening or whatever, like someone from California was like, yo, she's dope. And I was just like, yeah,
No
word.
way.
So like, and then he was just like, I don't know what he did, but like he was posting your shit all day.
No way,
He like messaged me like 4 times that he's like, yo, this song's dope. I'm like,
That's
bro.
crazy. Oh
like-
my god. Shout out to that boy.
Yeah, shout out Teddy P.
Jeez.
Yeah, no, definitely. So so you don't have anything like else left in 2021 that you're releasing, so
No, yeah.
or actually that doesn't
Well,
even really make
technically-
sense.
But yeah, there's just the you know, the one track that the freestyle that, you know, that I was mentioning earlier through the DMs.
Yeah, tell us about that. What's going on with that?
Yeah, so
Little surprise for people.
I actually performed it as the first track at the Smiley show, cause I think it was a couple days before that. Yeah, 2 days before that, I went to the studio to record it, and I recorded the full thing, and I'm like, yo, this could be a little something. You know, I like dropping freestyles in the winter. I don't know why. I did that last year. That freestyle part 1, part 2 was the first track that I ever dropped.
Yeah.
And so like I found myself again around this time writing another freestyle. So I'm like, yo, fuck it, let me just drop it around the same time, you know? So when I wrote it out and recorded it, I'm like, yeah, this is a sick one.
Yeah. And what's the freestyle called? Because we're gonna
It's called
play it at the end of this, right?
Yeah, it's called Steady.
Steady.
Mm-hmm.
Double exclusives. Word. And like when, how would you describe yourself like in music? Like how would you describe your sound like? If you had to describe yourself, because anybody could describe your sound like, but how do you want to be like coming off?
Yo, every time somebody asks me this, I feel like my brain does the Dougie. Well, like, cause I never know how to answer. Like, yo, cause I love like the music that I listen to is not the typical kind of like, bro. Like I listen to these fucking vagabond hood niggas from fucking the States, the UK. Like, bro, like it's not serious.
Drill
But, like,
rappers.
Yeah, and so like my music kind of revolves around that, but it also revolves around that kind of little baby, little dirt voice of the streets kind of sound. But it's like, I don't know, I want to be known as like the type of artist that can switch it up from time to time. Like that track that I did with Beirut was on some R&B shit, and then Take It to the Streets was kind of on some UK kind of drill shit, but also kind of New York vibe because it had that shorty on it, Jasmine Flamer.
Yeah.
And then Swervin, it goes back to that kind of R&B, but kind of that streets type of vibe. And like, yo, I don't know. I look at my music as like just different. Like I don't know.
What just genre. Like constantly evolving, like changing.
Yeah, in a sense, literally.
Okay. Word. Yeah, I think that's good for now, man. We can catch up a little later in 2022.
Yes, sir.
Have you on the series again.
Yes, sir.
A follow-up interview. So yeah, you want to say the name of that freestyle one more time so I could drop that at the end of this?
Yeah.
Again, it's Eazy Finesse. It's your boy Hanley from On The Line With, an exclusive interview. Happy New Year, everybody. It's 2022. I hope you have your ideas and shit ready. No more Facebook statuses about New Year, New Me. You know?
Bing bong.
Shout out Nems for the bing bong. Word, but yeah, so shout out to Eazy Finesse for coming on, letting me interview her. I appreciate it. Mad love. And yeah, I'll let you take yourself out, introduce the track, and just do any shout outs you want to do. Go for it.
Okay, well, first things first, shout out to my girl Eugene, shout out to my cousin Miss Winnie. I want to say follow me on Instagram at Eazy Finesse. The Easy spelled with a Z, not a S, just to give you that heads up there. And yeah, this is a steady freestyle that you guys are going to be hearing just now.
Word. You can follow me, Hanley, at On The Line With. You already know where I'm at. Facebook On The Line With, Twitter On The Line With, all the same handle. You already know. I was lucky with that. So, again, shout out for coming on the first interview of the year, actually.
Gang.
So, I'm glad that we were able to do this. We'll definitely have you back on. All you gotta do is hit me up when you have some news or you want to talk about some shit.
Dude, you already motherfucking know, man.
So, I hope everybody had a little bit of enjoyment with the interview. I hope you enjoyed the freestyle. I hope you got a little more insight to the artist known as Eazy Finesse, coming out of Ottawa, 613, Uplands, EPL gang, like she said, Southside, what up? Yeah, so thanks for coming on. I appreciate it.
Appreciate you.
Word. And we out.
Let's go, let's go. Let's go, let's go. Let's go, let's go. Yeah, I was riding through DT, me and my dogs and we 3D. Police tryna look for me, parked at the whip, did a full sweep. Almost caught with like 5 Z's, but y'all know me, shit too easy. I'm with that Z, yeah, that Z really a demon. Let's face the facts, a lot of these bitches, they can't rap. I was coaching a lot of them before they went and turned they backs. Now they hating and that's that, I would never change the past. Don't forget to give me credit on that shit you call a track. This shit is crazy, but this the shit that made me getting money on a daily. Why these bitches steady hating and these niggas move fugazi? Man, I don't need that vibe, you can keep on being lazy. Stop wasting all my time, we chasing this shit is crazy. But this the shit that made me getting money on a daily. Why these bitches steady hating and these niggas move fugazi? Man, I don't need that vibe, you can keep on being lazy. Stop wasting all my time, we chasing that money. Just wanna let you know I'm doing shows, back to back blunts in the gap with my bro. 20 an hour for both of my jobs, so you really know that I'm just chasing that dough. Bitches hate on me, but love on the low. Oh no, 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 no. They moving like kids, and niggas like bitches. It's really a cycle, it's just how it go. And it go 1, 2, 3, 4. No, I don't play no more. 5, 6, 7, 8. Get your hands up off my plate. 9, 10, 11, wait.